She ran from her wedding and hid under his bed. Now he claims she's his. The morning sunlight streamed through the tall windows of the grand hall. Lush flowers decorated every corner, and the soft hum of the wedding band filled the air. Yet, in the middle of this celebration, a single woman's heart was pounding like a drum of panic. Layla couldn't breathe. She couldn't face it. She couldn't marry him, not today. Her groom, Rohan, was smiling at the guests, all dressed in his elegant suit, unaware of the storm brewing inside her. Layla's mind raced. Every step she took toward the altar felt heavier, every smile she forced was more painful. And then, she ran. She ran past the crowd, past the laughing relatives and shocked friends, until she found herself in the quiet streets behind the hall. The wedding car honked behind her, but she didn't care. She needed to hide, anywhere at all. And then she saw the small apartment building at the corner. Something in her heart whispered, maybe here. She slipped inside and, without thinking, ran up the stairs. Her legs trembled as she darted into the first room. She saw an empty bedroom. There was a bed. A large, dark bed. And in a desperate, impulsive move, she crawled underneath it. Minutes passed. She heard voices outside. Footsteps. Someone laughed. She held her breath, praying they wouldn't notice her. Then, unexpectedly, the door creaked open. "Who's there?" a deep voice asked. Layla froze. The voice, it wasn't familiar. Her heart thudded. Before she could answer, the man knelt down, peering under the bed. "Hey! Are you hiding from someone?" he asked, his tone soft but curious. Layla shook her head, too scared to speak. She tried to crawl back further, but the bed frame blocked her way. He sighed. "Look, you can't stay there. Come out." For a moment, she didn't move. Then, with trembling hands, she peeked. Their eyes met. His eyes were sharp, dark, and strangely knowing. "I'm not going to hurt you," he said. "But you have to come out. You can't hide forever." Something in his voice calmed her, just a little. She took a shaky breath and slowly crawled out from under the bed. Who are you?" she whispered. "I'm Ayan," he said, standing up. "But that's not important right now. The important thing is, why are you hiding?" Layla wanted to tell him, but the words stuck in her throat. How could she explain that she had just fled her own wedding? And then, she made a split decision. She told a half-truth. I just needed a place to be alone." Ayan nodded, but his gaze didn't leave her. There was something about him, something almost intense. "All right. But you can't stay under my bed forever." And just like that, the first day of her freedom began. Days passed. Layla had nowhere to go and no one to call. She didn't want anyone from her family to find her. And strangely, Ayan didn't ask many questions. He gave her space, food, and water, but kept a quiet watch over her. She wasn't sure why she trusted him, but something about him felt safe. Then one evening, as they sat across from each other in his small living room, Ayan broke the silence. "You know," he said casually, "you can't just run from everything. Life will catch up to you." Layla's stomach twisted. "I didn't run from life. I ran from him. From Rohan. I can't marry him. I just can't." Ayan leaned back, studying her. "I understand. But sometimes, running isn't enough. You have to fight for yourself." She looked down, ashamed. "I don't even know how to fight anymore." He smiled faintly. "Then let me help. But you have to let me in." Layla didn't realize it at the time, but that night was the turning point. She began to feel something she hadn't felt in a long time: hope. Weeks turned into months. Layla stayed in Ayan's apartment, slowly adjusting to a life she never imagined. He never asked about her past. He never demanded anything. He just was there. And the more she saw him, the more she realized something strange. Ayan seemed to know things about her, things she had never told anyone. One evening, as rain poured outside, she asked, trembling, "Ayan, how do you know all of this about me?" He paused. Then, in a calm, almost chilling tone, he said, "Because I've been watching you. Not in a creepy way, but I've always known you were meant to be mine." Layla's heart skipped a beat. "Mine? What do you mean?" He stepped closer. "From the moment you ran from that wedding, I knew you'd come here. And now, I claim you. Not like Rohan, not like anyone else. You're mine, Layla." She stared at him, shocked. Part of her wanted to scream. Part of her wanted to run. But then, there was something in his eyes. Something that felt real. Something irresistible. I don't understand," she whispered. "You will," he said softly. "I'll take care of you. Protect you. And one day, you'll see that you were always meant to be with me." Days later, a knock came at the door. Layla froze. Her heart raced. It was her father. Her wedding dress in hand, demanding to know where she was. Ayan opened the door calmly. "She's not coming back," he said simply. Her father's face twisted with anger. "You can't just take her. She's my daughter." Ayan didn't flinch. He looked at Layla, and then back at her father. "She's hers now. Not yours. She has a choice. And she chose me." Layla swallowed hard. The words felt like a storm inside her. She looked at Ayan and something shifted. Fear, confusion, and trust. "Yes," she said quietly. "I choose him." Her father gasped. Rohan? He didn't know yet. But Layla didn't care. She had found her freedom, and, in a strange, unexpected twist of fate, someone who truly understood her. Months passed. Layla and Ayan became inseparable. He wasn't just a protector, he was her friend, her confidant, her secret world. And every time she remembered that first day under his bed, she couldn't help but smile. She had run from a life she never wanted, and found a life she never imagined. Somewhere deep inside, she knew that no one could claim her, except the one who had always been patient, watching, waiting, and finally, welcoming her into his world.